The What to Next podcast helps you build a TBR of future favorite books. In each episode, Lori and Maine interviews authors and book influencers to recommend books they loved for you to pick up today. If you're an avid reader, always looking for your next great read, then the show. Hi, Marni. Welcome to What to Next podcast.
Hi, thanks for having me. This is so fun.
So happy to have you here. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Marni. I live in Florida. I've written like 30 something books for all ranges of romance, from the super steamy to angsty to swingers, to dark romance. I've done it all. My first book published in 2011, and I've been a full-time author ever since. My hubby and I live in Florida, like I said, and we enjoy all things outdoors.
Oh my gosh, I love this. And we realized that we're kind of sort of neighbors. So which is a very funny, like small world kind of, yeah. I love your books because I love just spiciness of them and the angstiness. Like I know I'm gonna get emotionally rocked with some of them, and I'm like, this is what I need for, and I don't know what to expect. I go blind for most of them, and it's just like a pleasant surprise. I'm like, ooh, what is Marni gonna take me in this journey now?
Oh, I love that. Thank you. And thank you for reading me.
Yeah. So we got to talk about the Dalton Brothers series. So we got 5 books. The 5th book is coming out later on this month. It's The Bachelor. Talk to us about the series. Like, what is a core thing about the series? And then we'll talk about The Bachelor a little bit later.
So like you said, the 5th and final book is coming out this April, and I'm devastated that this series is over. I feel like I'm married to these men. They are just like the epitome of everything that I love about men. The series is really based on 3 brothers and then 2 first cousins. They're all Daltons, and it's all based on law. So their family owns a law firm in LA, and it's the leading law firm in the country. And they're just all like ruthless, very alpha, very dominant men, and one woman who has her own book. And it's their life and all the different sort of tropes and angles that their lives have taken. They're all individual standalone novels, but they're all tied because they're a family. So
yeah, so you can start anywhere, but you might get the best out of it by starting from the beginning. The books are available on KU, so you can give them a try. So let's talk about The Bachelor, because this is best friends brothers, kind of like Virgin Heron,
I've never done.
You never done Virgin Heron?
And I've never done best friend's brother. No, like I've both tropes. I did have one virgin character like many, many moons ago that I wrote about, but it was totally different than this. So
yeah. So talk to The Bachelor, like what can we expect from this one, from the final book in the series?
Oh, gosh. Well, the one woman who I discussed earlier that's in this series, this is her twin brother. His name is Camden, and her best friend, Oakland. And Oakland's a virgin, and she's 25, and she's looking for love. And she's always had a crush on her best friend's brother. And so he's this like super dominant alpha, like gives 0 Fs about anything. He's grumpy. She's sunshine. And, she's pursuing her dream of this man, and he knows that she is off limits because his sister made him promise to never touch any of her girlfriends. And so he's not going to just take her virginity. He's going to ease his way into it. So you're going to see this whole stream of a journey in their relationship, from sort of the minute where they discussed that he was going to take her virginity to like when he completely falls in love with her, and then what happens after. And so the book spans a good amount of time, and you see these characters really develop and grow and turn vulnerable, which I really love in an alpha male. And so, but then at the same time, you're also going to see all the other characters come in and from all the other books. So you get kind of updates on where their lives are. And then you get to see new characters, which I more than hint is going to be my next series. So it's a book that has a lot going on, but very easy to follow.
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm excited to see what the other characters are happening, but looking at the span of life and like seeing the alpha male being vulnerable, you had me at that. Because there's something to be said about like that, the journey opening up the alpha, like one way of living, and be like, no, like there's more to the world, and like just explore it,
Completely agree.
So, you mentioned you have about 30 books, and so it can be intimidating to go back to your backlist. So, can you give us like our listeners an idea of like places where they can start? After they read the Dalton series, Dalton Brothers, the Dalton family series, they can read some other series or other books for you.
Absolutely. So if you do read the Dalton brothers, there is a character that's consistent throughout all of the Dalton books, and his name is Brett Young. Brett Young has his own book called Signed. Signed is a current 4-book series. I'm writing the 5th book right now, which is going to come out in June. Those are all standalone novels. It's signed, endorsed, contracted, negotiated, and I'm writing Dominated. Those cover lots of tropes. They're in KU also, all standalone novels, like I said. That's if you like things on the steamy side. If you like things more on the angsty side and you like life-changing books, I want to say that heavy romance, but heavy, heavy plot too. I would recommend When Ashes Fall. That's a 3-book series of standalone novels. Those are ugly cries. They are going to wreck your world, and they are probably some of the best books that I've ever written. If you like dark romance, I would check out my Prison series. That's going to take you for a psychological loop. Or if you like mainstream fiction that has absolutely nothing to do with romance, I did write 2 books that are literary fiction style called Memoirs Aren't Fairy Tales and Scars from a Memoir. I'm just kind of like hitting my more popular avenues. Yeah. I have tons of books in between, but that's really where I'd start.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, you're angsty, you're emotionally wrecked. It emotionally wrecked me. So I was expecting. I'm like a dark heart. I don't have feeling. I avoid dealing with feelings, and so when I have books that actually open that up, it's a gold mine. And so your books actually open up those feelings, which is what we need to have.
Thank you. Those books are my babies. So that means a lot to me that you said that. Thank you.
Yeah. So if you're looking for an emotional read, those books are great. But if you want some spicy, just go for, the Dalton family series and Contract and Sign. So
those are much lighter on the heart.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like a good intro. Then you're like, okay, what kind of feelings do I have? Do I need dark? Do I need emotional rip my heart up? Do I need like some spicy? What do I need? And you provide us with just enough to give this a try. So, Marni, do you have any book recommendations for our listeners to pick up?
Oh gosh. Well, honestly, I've been on a deadline for like the past 6 months consistently. So I haven't been able to read as much as I like to, but I did just read Steel King by Devney Perry, and everything that Devney writes is amazing. I can't recommend her enough. A Million Kisses in Your Lifetime by Monica Murphy, another incredible read. Both of them are really good friends of mine. Brittany Stahan, she writes great military romance. I just read The Taken One, I believe it was called. That was amazing, and that just came out. So those are my top recommendations at the moment.
Those are such great recommendations. So they're perfect to satiate you for the next Marni Mann release.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Awesome. So Marni, tell us where we can find you online.
I'm everywhere. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Instagram. Just search Marni Mann. My website is marnismann.com. I do have some books wide that are on all retailers, Apple, Kobo. My sexy books typically are just Kindle Unlimited, but Facebook, I'm everywhere.
Awesome. Thank you, Marni, for being on the show.
Oh, thanks so much for having me. This was a blast.
If you enjoyed this podcast, feel free to share with friends, subscribe, rate, and review the show. This is the easiest way to support the podcast. For a list of books mentioned and other romance recommendations, please visit whattoreadnextblog.com. Did you know you can purchase audiobooks directly from your favorite local bookstore? With Libro.fm, you can pick up more than 250,000 audiobooks, including bestsellers and recommendations from real booksellers. You'll get the same audiobooks at the same price as the largest audiobook company, you know the name, but you'll be part of a different story, one that supports your local community. If you're new to audiobooks, there's a perfect way to squeeze into more reading into your busy life. Listen with the free Libro.fm app while you do your chores, walk your dog, relax at home. The What to Read Next podcast has a special offer for our listeners. Get 2 audiobooks on Libro.fm for the price of 1 with your first month of membership. Use code WhatToReadNext. This offer is only valid for new members in Canada and the US. Thank you so much for listening and have a great day.